if they want, tell them come. I don't give a shit. All this bitch, all they want for you to give them dick. $2, not giving. I don't give a shit. $2, not giving. I don't give a shit. If they want, tell them come.
Welcome back to Team Fat Kid Choose the Fat. I am Jason.
This is Alex.
This is Dennis.
And we got the neighbor is here, and because we've roped him into something that he is unprepared for. First off, I want to throw that out there that Obi, he was on the podcast like what last season?
No,
Yeah.
it was
season one
I
or
think it was
season
this
two?
season.
He gave us permission to use the song, and so you can pick up that was 2FNG.
Yeah.
You can pick that up on iTunes. Obi's awesome. So I just want to jump right into this because I'm super fucking interested.
Okay, so obviously,
I just want to know.
so we have 3 drinks in front of us that are not beers.
Yes.
Yes.
And this is not hops roulette. This is now Scotch roulette.
Scotch roulette.
I can't even call it Scotch roulette. We do have a cognac in here as well, and
we just want to know.
We do kind of know what they are. At least I know what they are, so I can't really say much. But
all right, so the neighbor, let's start.
we got to start with we got to go low and a high.
Okay, so you tell us where we start.
All right, so the cup
Single
with
tape?
single tape. That's
All
right.
right, so the solo cup with the single strip.
That's where we
All
start.
right, so that's single tape. So this is what we're gonna.
Got a good kind of oaky
Little-
smell.
Yeah. That's Johnny Walker Black.
That is absolutely Johnny Walker.
Yeah.
I mean, we're big Johnny fans.
Yeah.
Yep. So, but this
If
time
you're listening, Johnny,
we love you.
We accept sponsorships.
We are very big fans of Johnny Walker.
Yes, we are.
So the reason we have a Johnny Walker Black today is actually because we got the Johnny Walker Green, which
I've never had the green.
surprisingly I have. It's been a very long time.
Is it the double tape one?
Double tape. Yep.
So, okay, so
We're working our way up. Yep.
double tape.
Double
Yo.
tape.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, so this is the difference.
Smoother. A little bit.
Yeah,
Definitely
I think
smoother.
the peat comes through.
I was gonna say I feel
yeah.
like there's a little less of a charcoal smell.
More peat.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like
more,
you get-
more, and not to sound like
Bougie?
super bougie, but like I know Johnny Walker, and
We like our Johnny.
We've gone from red to blue, so this is the first time having the green, and we apologize if you guys hear the guy with the blower. It's the neighbor's fault. The green is less has less bite.
It does.
Yeah.
All right,
A
so
lot less bite.
So the price difference is what we were talking about at the store.
That's right. I did take a picture in case I forgot, but I did not forget. I remember it is about a $12 price difference for the same size bottle.
So
Now we love the blue. However,
from the first one to the second one, would you spend the extra $12? Is the question.
I would.
Because between red and black, I don't know if there's that much of a difference.
okay, I disagree
Black
with you on
and
that.
green.
I disagree with you. I think there's a pretty big difference between the red and the black. I feel like the harshness on the afterbite is much different.
On the red, yeah.
Yeah,
I think the red, you're drinking booze.
yeah. I think you're drinking booze most anytime.
I don't want to say
but-
it's like a low shelf.
No, but I mean
It's not like Dooley's Colonel Pride.
no, it's not. But it is their kind
Yeah,
of.
there's
it
shots
is-
fired on that one, Dooley.
Yeah, I got.
Boom. Poor Dooley had to work today, and he's not allowed to hang out with us.
So he's going to be listening here later.
I saw him pull up in the driveway.
Yeah, he
He dropped,
was here, but he was not. He had to go to work.
Yeah, he dropped off the equipment to make this podcast easier. So
we love him, even though he's not here.
yeah, he'll hopefully.
But okay, so red to green.
Red to green. Okay, red to green.
Yeah, like
We're gonna make that jump. I
I would say that's like what
I'll take green over
$15 to $20 difference.
I think red's like 36, 38 for the same size bottle. So it black is about 50, and I think green was 62. So I mean, I think that
Is it worth?
I think all 3 of them are worth what they're charging.
I agree.
I think the only one, the blue, is a little questionable. Like
I
I think
don't-
that's a
yeah.
celebratory one. I don't think that's something I would get all the time.
I really want to get into the neighbor's favorite.
Yeah, no. So that's the no tape.
Yeah, that's the no tape.
So the no tape. This is
Ironically enough,
This is the Mortel cordon bleu.
yeah, I thought about putting the blue tape on it, and I was like, it's cordon bleu. We're gonna go with no tape on the cordon bleu.
This is different though. This is not a Scotch.
Oh, you can. You can smell.
You can smell it.
Yeah.
It very much has like almost like a bourbony feel to it.
It's almost like thicker,
Yeah, the
Really
mouthfeel
smooth.
like the
really
viscosity.
smooth.
Yeah.
It's smoother than the Johnny's.
Oh, by
Yeah.
all means. Now,
Welcome to the party cast.
what I want to do is, since you're over there and you have the abilities, so
Yep.
we need a cocktail to get this podcast started. So, yeah, I'll take a black if we give.
Ooh, I heard that, Court.
Give me your cup, and he likes it with the. All right, so when we talk about
he's
a
actually
cocktail-
got it in front of him. I'm gonna let him use his.
Okay, so you got ice in there?
No. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you?
The ice is in the bag, bro.
The bag.
I get it.
Hold on, no, in the bag.
What bag?
Next to you, on your other side.
Yeah, that one.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like give him
In the
like
cooler
3,
bag.
4 cubes. Don't not over the equipment.
You came prepared, sir.
Oh yeah, like I mean, I know what our neighbor likes, and he actually, I'm a little bit mad that he brought his own water, but Scotch and water is a thing, and I'm a big fan. And cognac, like I didn't know about the seltzer
Nah,
water.
I got beer right now.
I didn't know about the seltzer water until the neighbor moved in, and that
I'm not gonna lie.
that
All right,
changes
so,
the game.
Yeah,
Troy,
it
I
does.
mean, Troy, you changed my life. I'm not gonna lie. I was never a big Hennessy cognac fan.
cognac?
Hennessy's obviously the most prevalent.
I can't get no ice.
How many do you want?
I don't know, like 2, 3, and like,
Come on, you know you got to be specific.
He is not going to use all this water.
But I was never a big cognac fan until you introduced me to the cognac and
dude, like
soda. Man.
he brings the game.
It's the simplest thing, but it makes the biggest difference. It really does.
Like I wasn't a fan of Scotch and water until he moved in, and like that, it definitely changes.
The
like
game,
he
it really does.
because like I was sitting there with him and like I was drinking Scotch and he was drinking Scotch and water, and he's like, "Oh, you got to try it this way," and I was like, "All right, man, I'm game." And it literally changed my life. Like he magic, like Scotch and water, a couple cubes.
Yep.
It's a refreshing drink, and the problem is that it gets us in trouble.
Yes.
It's easy to drink.
Like we put the neighbor and I have put down bottles and not remembered. So that's
It's got a kill date, right?
And that day is tonight.
it dies tonight. Like is what he always says. He's like this bottle dies tonight. So yo, sir, thank you for turning us on to something brand new and indifferent.
Cheers,
But
gentlemen.
what I want to talk about is one of our favorite topics, tennis. How the fuck was your week?
Oh, God.
You should have known it was coming.
I knew it was coming. I was just like, do I want to say what happened or do I not want to say what happened? And
Leave.
I'd leave all names out of everything.
Yeah, leave those things like away
Yeah,
from.
there's things I'm not allowed to talk about on the podcast. I know this. Trust me. It was an interesting week. It was a somewhat busy week for being middle of December and everything. And so I technically almost quit my job on Sunday because I had a customer that decided that she wanted to be the boss of everybody. We put fennel seed in our Italian sausage because that's
how it's done.
Exactly, it's Italian sausage. You got to have fennel seed in order to be
I mean,
Italian.
the producer hates fennel seed.
Yeah.
She doesn't like that licorice pop that they deliver, but I think it.
That's caraway.
All right, you're right.
Yeah, that's
See, I think more star anise, but
Yeah,
it's
either
caraway.
way,
Caraway.
but
anise. I don't know however you want
Caraway's
to
got
say it.
like that black licorice
Like,
flavor.
either
to
way,
it.
they all have the licorice
Yeah.
flavor.
They do,
And
yeah.
fennel is she's out. She
Yeah.
doesn't eat rye bread because
This is because it's
I-
got
I-
caraway seeds in it.
I think fennel's a very it has its place, and it's very. I think it's very useful, but if overused.
It's like rosemary.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if overused, it's very.
Yeah, you use
Very
like
overpowering.
We'll see,
three leaves of rosemary, and it's gonna overpower your entire fucking
All right.
sauce.
I'm giving a little trade secret here out on this one. All right, you're talking like about a tablespoon and a half for 10 pounds of pork.
Yeah, I mean it's
So
not a lot.
It's not that you see it. That's about it. You really don't even taste it. Like, cause
I mean,
it's like cumin,
it
man.
permeates.
It's cumin.
It permeates.
it
but
permeates. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but at the same
Dooley
time, like,
and I went round and round about cumin because he went through his cumin phase, and like, yo,
His
bro,
cumino?
like, why the fuck does everything taste Mexican? Like,
Everything is.
it tastes like
I feel like that's shot.
that is a shots fired. Yeah, because honestly,
oh,
'cause
keep your finger on that
cumin
fucking
makes
button.
everything.
He's not here today.
Yeah, and like because cumin, it literally makes everything taste like tacos. It straight up does.
100%.
Yeah.
You're right.
And but it's all right. I had a lady, she came in and everything, and she's asking if we put, do we use fennel in our Italian sausage? I'm like, yeah, we use fennel in it's Italian sausage. You got to have fennel in your Italian sausage. She looked right at me. She says, actually, I've been to Italy. They don't use fennel there. And I'm like, actually, they do, but
What part of Italy?
exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's certain parts that probably don't use it, but at the same time, that's how we make our Italian sausage.
Yeah, it really doesn't. It really doesn't matter if it's
quick
right
segue.
or wrong. It's
Quick
how
segue.
we make it.
Yeah.
I have in the past put hard-boiled eggs into my lasagna because I watched an Italian chef from Italy do it, and he's from northern Italy. And
I can see that because they use eggs like in everything.
yeah, and there were hard-boiled eggs in his fucking lasagna. So I
How was it?
fucking amazed. The texture is
Yeah.
off the charts. Hard-boiled eggs, like slices, not like
Yeah.
not like
No,
a
no,
whole.
yeah, no, I
like
got
you
you,
slice,
yeah.
it's like one layer in the middle, and
I can see it. It
And-
sounds delicious, actually.
And the boss is like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Well, I mean,
We're
if
gonna do it."
if it's good enough, if it's good enough for a 3-star fucking restaurant, it's good enough for me, bro."
Yeah,
right.
Like I watched him do it, and I copied him. Like he's the man. Like
Yeah.
when it comes to Italian, like as far as I know, he is the man. He has 3 stars on top of a fucking hotel, his restaurant, and fuck yeah, dude. Like we're doing
Is this a certain chef that we all know?
No,
Not Mario?
no. I don't know Mario. But I
But you know what I'm
I
saying.
know this guy.
Yeah.
And he has 3 stars, and he's on top of a fucking hotel. His restaurant is on the top floor, which we may not have brought into the story of like the brown note where we used to poop, and the guy was in there with me. Anyway, we're not going to talk about that anymore. But the chef there,
It always comes back to that.
he
Brown.
would come down to our kitchen to do his like sausage prep and all the things. That's how I learned to make sausage and like all those things. And he used natural casings and all the things, but
You have to have a natural casing when you're
dude,
doing
like
sausage. Yeah.
dude, and
Agreed. Yeah. I mean,
like he would make sausage and then like you know that little weak one that is at the end.
Uh-huh.
He
That's
would
a
always,
sampler.
yeah, he would always rip that bitch off and hand it to me. He's like, "Here you go," and I was like, "Fuck yeah, bro!" Like, like I was in
That's the
my,
chef taster.
I was in my mid-20s, and he's like in his 50s, and this dude is handing me a sausage, and like, damn right, I'm learning.
fresh made.
Yeah, like I
it's-
watched him make it.
Yeah.
And this is sorry, Dennis. I didn't mean to
No,
jump
you're
all
fine.
up in
You're
your
good,
story,
bro.
but like
Hey,
if
it's all
you're
good.
if like every now and then, man, you gotta throw
This
a
is
little
how our
layer
podcast works.
a layer of hard-boiled eggs in your lasagna will change your fucking life. Northern Italy. Back to you, Dennis. I'm sorry. I jumped in there because like
It's all, it's
That
all,
was a passionate speech.
yeah,
It was a passionate
you
speech.
hit a fucking note, and I was like,
Back to the ladies.
no, hey, that's the way our podcast works, you know? It's like, because pretty much if this equipment wasn't here, this is exactly how our conversations would be. Literally,
this
be
is
talking
the-
about something and Jason be like, oh, hold on,
hold
I
the
got
fuck
jumping.
up,
I
I
got
got this great story.
It would be way less to let's go back on topic though.
yeah,
It
True.
would just be like, yeah, let's just move on from
Yeah,
there.
exactly, yeah.
But
What
the
are you
rest
gonna
of
do
your
with
week
that brisket in the
with-
freezer?
with the woman who came in and
Well,
said
yeah,
that
like-
you're gonna make it without fennel.
I literally looked at her and
Cheers.
was like, we're gonna make it the same exact way we're going to. And she like looked right at me and she's like, no, either you're gonna make it the way I tell you to make it, or I'm gonna get you fired. I looked right at her and I'm
you
like,
get the fuck out.
Karen, that's the problem. I quit. She's like, what? And I'm like, I quit. And then the guy I'm working with is like, wait, what did you just say? I said I quit. Took my apron off, went out back, got in my car, started my car up, and he's like, "You're not really leaving, are you?" I'm like, no, just making a point.
Point.
Don't do this to me.
Like, no offense, but like,
You make Karen sausage without fennel.
you know what I'm saying? Like, no offense, but you cannot come into a place where I work and tell me what I am going to do. Yes, you are the customer, but you know what? The customer is never right.
Do you use parsley in your crab cakes? Yes. Well, don't make them with parsley. Well, they're already made.
To jump off your point, I pretty much do what customers ask me to do on a religious basis.
Don't get me wrong. All right, I'm not saying like that.
They bring in their own fucking recipes, and I have to.
Well, for
do
you,
the
yes,
math.
yeah.
Like,
For you where you work,
oh,
yeah.
that's fantastic. You made it for 8 people. Have you ever made it for 100? Like it just.
But at the same time, your
brand new
food math
math.
was perfect too.
There is a difference because you do have the ability to charge for said work involved.
Yeah.
Yes, I do, but I mean, like, yeah, it's not a butcher shop.
Yeah, it's not a butcher shop, yeah.
I can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yes, and again, there is a
Dude,
difference.
how
Just
deep
as
are your
long as you
pockets?
pay, right?
I mean, I feel like there's a difference there. You know,
Yeah,
I mean, it's one thing if you can come in and be like, okay, hey, I have this family recipe and I want you to duplicate it. Like, okay, but it's gonna be a little expensive.
Yeah, like the cost of what you're saying and what I have to buy is different.
Yeah. I'll be honest. Like, I honestly feel like sometimes you have to do a test run too. Like, I'm gonna go buy $30 worth of shit to make sure this is worth doing.
Like this goes back. Like we had a conversation in the podcast a long time ago, and like when we like run test subjects.
Yeah.
Oh, we
have
a lot of ideas. Not a lot of
we
plans.
have a lot of ideas, and but if I could throw it in front of 100 people, and if I get 99, or I'll give it if I get 75 approvals. And 25 people hate it. Like that's still good numbers.
That's a win.
When you're doing something, you've never
yeah.
done.
Well, all right. So I'm a big fan of
Especially
strong,
if it's a specific ethnic group, and like say like I mean I don't. That sounds racist.
Well, I'm with you though.
like,
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 if you're
and,
making
like,
a nationality food,
Yeah, like if I'm driving it like Indian and I'm making a curry, and if I get 75% approval, like I'm taking
You
that
win.
as a fucking
Yeah,
win.
you
That's
win.
a win. That's 100. Yeah,
I've never done this before, but I'm going to take it.
I feel like all right. On that note, strong flavors in particular. It doesn't matter if you're going nationality or anything. Like I just feel like strong flavors are very hit and miss because some people just don't like a lot. I'm a very bold flavor person.
Yeah.
I want you to know
That'd be a thing so
everything.
good.
Slap you in the face.
Yeah, I slap you in the face. Exactly.
Cold beer.
There's plenty more in the fridge.
Yeah, that's the first thing he said
Right,
in the
you-
podcast.
Yeah, you don't
He's like,
you don't
"Fuck
even
yeah,
have to go
cold beer."
inside. Just right here.
Oh, he's putting his trash away like he's better than Dooley.
Shots fired.
Usually I have to clean up after Dooley,
Truth. That is truth.
and that was intentional.
All right, so Jason, would you like to go before?
No, well, I want Dennis. Like we've been jumping into Dennis'
We
story.
have,
Like,
and I
we
mean-
haven't let him finish.
Well, no, because how you said about you actually will do what people ask you to do. I understand that, but at the same time, for me, there's certain restrictions on stuff that I can do. Like because
Right.
I've literally had like a person they want us to make a traditional English banger sausage, and I'm like,
How the fuck did that still hit me? I mean, it was a beautiful crack, but how the fuck did I still get hit by that?
it's drawn to you. You're
Continue.
just a
I'm
big old
sorry. We
magnet.
really are just jumping in on you, but I'm sorry.
It's all good. Hey, I have no problem with it.
I had to comment on that.
But no, like, cause I had one person and everything. They want us to do a traditional banger sausage.
Right.
So whether they can
So
make a banger mash.
with the oats and everything.
Well,
like,
not oats. It's got bread. It's got egg, and then it's got mace. And then like with mace, that is such a strong seasoning
Like,
that if you're off by just a millisecond, like just a hair over, you ruin the entire sausage.
The Team Fat Kid pantry of spice is large,
Yes, it's very large.
and
How much mace do you have?
0.
Exactly.
And the place that Dooley and I work, the pantry's even bigger.
It still has no mace.
And there's still no mace in that bitch.
Because mace, and people are like, why won't you? I'm like, you have to understand something. Mace is don't get me wrong, it's got a great flavor, but if you
It's very specific.
you have to follow it to the T with the measurements, because if you were off just by an iota, you've ruined everything.
Yeah, and now everything tastes like mace.
Yeah.
It's almost cumin.
It's
Right,
worse than cumin. It's worse than
yes.
cumin, yeah. And it's just like, So like, and I have no like is like,
Everything tastes Irish now instead of Mexican.
Yeah, right.
Like
I have
when
no
you
problem with that,
when
but-
you think about it,
yeah, I'm
like
a
how
Scots
far
Irish man. so-
like English like
Yeah.
mace. Where does mace come from?
Is that what you want? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I've kind of half been paying attention.
like,
I'm over here
Alex,
working the
Alex
computer.
is doing Dooley's job
And his job
and
at
his job at the same fucking time. So like,
And
mace.
still, he's on
I
point with
just
all the
wanna
fucking
know-
damn the shots fired.
Dude, he's still.
By the way, it's still weird when I look at Dooley's computer and saw my initial.
Oh.
Like, oh, we're still on my search. Great.
Yes, you
So
are.
when Dooley takes his computer home, it's great to know that he's searching under my fucking name. I'm curious to know what comes up.
You probably don't want to know.
Yeah, don't look at your search history, bro. It's gonna get
You might
fucking
be
weird.
getting a visit from the
The
Homeland.
FBI truck is parked outside, and we really do apologize for the background noise in this podcast. But you know what?
The neighbor's getting his yard done,
Hey.
and he's getting Jason's yard done too.
this-
So hey,
The Team Facky yard looks fantastic. All right, so Mace.
but yeah,
All right, where did it originate from?
So it is.
English.
It is botanically known as Myristica fragrans. The nutmeg tree that produces mace originates in Banda, the largest of the Maluka spice islands in Indonesia.
Mace is the
Indonesia.
shell.
So it's very. Is it related to?
It's the
Nutmeg?
shell. It's a shell of the nutmeg, isn't it?
Well, it says it's related to nutmeg.
Okay.
Nutmeg comes from the Latin word nux. I don't know.
Nuts.
Nux with an X.
Nux.
Oh.
Yeah, don't start.
All right, Dennis. Like I'm staring away from Alex's comment right now. Anything? Damn, dude, is he like right outside the door?
Pretty much.
One.
He is literally right outside.
Yep.
All right, Dennis. Mace,
Mace.
you're
is- yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Alex, how the fuck was your week?
I had a pretty good week.
No, fuck you.
Well, we did have some Christmas parties, I guess, and unfortunately, one of my employees did get hurt.
Oh fuck.
Uh,
I saw her and I asked her.
I
who'd
did
she
too.
punch?
I was not there when she got hurt.
The producer. The producer was.
I know. Trust me, I know. But it was like, of course, it happened.
Work
One
injury.
day I'm not there.
Work
You
industry.
know what I mean?
Work injuries.
Injury in the work industry. Good luck with that, Jason. You want to try and say that? You want to try?
Work in damn.
Yep. No. Work injury in the work industry.
Yeah, like I got two of them.
So in any case,
Stigmata up in this bitch.
I
Like,
am glad that my employee is doing okay. She actually asked me if she was allowed to work tonight, and I said, "Did the doctor tell you not to, or are you
like,
on light duty?"
What is your
And
what does your
she-
list of shit say?
That was
Oh,
crisp.
Crisp.
Right.
Don't mind if I do.
Right.
She did not have any restrictions or anything, but I told her, I was like, you are going to be the only server on tonight. You're going to be able to sweep and mop. And she was like, I'm not sure about the mopping.
Nine stitches in her.
Left hand, which
Left.
is her dominant hand, though.
Oh, is she a lefty?
Yeah, she's
How
a
the
lefty.
fuck?
She's a
All right.
southpaw, huh?
Okay. How do you cut your dominant hand?
Well, okay, so long story short, she was walking through a door, and I guess, I was not there long, so to my description, the door shut, and the plate that was in her hand shattered. I guess it caught the plate while shutting.
I've done that.
And so she got
Not
two
in that-
shards
Kid,
in
I can
her
understand.
hand.
I can understand how you could dominate it that way. Yeah.
I also heard that at least one of them was pretty deep, so obviously she did require stitches. And
Well,
but
okay.
she did seem rather well
Stitches
when I
are
saw
for
her
bitches.
the next day. I don't know.
And she
Stitches
still
are
wants to
sometimes
work,
required.
so-
I've got some scars that say I probably should have had some stitches.
There's many of my cuts and wounds that probably required stitches.
No,
I got one.
I'm not going to the doctor.
I've only had stitches once in my life, and that was from a razor blade. Not. I have a scar on my hand that a plate went into.
I cut myself on the wreckage of a car wreck.
I've stabbed.
Of the wreckage of a car wreck.
Yes.
I stabbed myself in the gut whenever I was boning out a deer at work.
You
So it's
stabbed
like,
Did you get stitches?
no,
Stitches are for bitches.
damn right.
I refuse to
And
drive the
snitches
ambulance.
get stitches.
I,
And then end up in ditches because they're bitches. Yeah.
I've been like in my course of the career of working in industrial kitchens, I've had stitches one time, but that was my own doing from razor blade, not at work. The only time,
Razor
That
blades,
sounds
huh?
like suicide. I feel like we need clarification.
Did you have?
You're like, it's my own doing,
we'll get
not
back.
at work. Like, okay,
Was it a warm bath with some candles?
Right,
and
like-
No, I
Sarah
split my
McLachlan playing in the
thumb
background?
open, and like we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Okay.
Because now we're back on the work injury,
Oh, you got that one right.
and I've had a plate go into the palm of my hand, and that is where you were with your
Yes.
server,
Yes.
like your employee.
I've had plates break and fall and cut into me. So like I've had a lot of leg injuries, ironically enough, like plates falling off shelves or
Yeah.
breaking halfway down. Never had them quite in the hand. So I guess I'm fortunate.
Straight puncture wounds.
But again, she seemed pretty okay. She was high spirited, if nothing.
Yeah, I
else.
mean, I saw her and I was like, "Who the fuck did you punch?" Because her whole hand
yeah,
was
it was
wrapped.
wrapped. I kind of told her, I was like, "Look, if you can't mop," I was like, you could probably just go to one of the kitchen guys and be like, "Can you help me?"
Yeah,
She's young, she's cute. She could probably get it. Like, I'm injured.
Yeah,
Can you help me?
I really
Like,
can't mount. You can mop.
Yeah. What? Yeah. Again.
Don't use your hand. Use your fingers. Like you can guide that.
I told her like sweep and see where you stand. You know, if you could. If
she's
you could
gonna
sweep,
take advantage.
You know what? Wouldn't you?
No.
You know what? If I was a girl,
Okay, so
I might.
all right, so I sliced my thumb open, from the fingertip to like the knuckle, and they told me that I needed to take 3 days off, and I was like, bullshit. I open tomorrow, like, and I went to work. Like I had like the huge gauze over my thumb. Like
Yep.
I
so it's
split-
like 3 times the size of your normal thumb.
Oh, it's like 5.
Yeah.
Like it was like from the fingertip to the joint. Like I was scoring tile at my house. Like, yeah, because that's what men do. Shit. I was laying the floor and have to go to work in the morning, and so I was laying the floor, and I was scoring
Sliced the
tile
crap
with
out of yourself.
I sliced the shit out of myself, and I was like, shit, man, like when you're spraying blood on the wall, it's like I might need to go to the doctor.
But is it an arterial spray or is it
Yeah,
just
no,
spraying, you
so
know?
I had 3 stitches on the artery,
Nice.
and then I think I had like 5 or 6 it was 3 stitches to shut the artery, and then like maybe like 4 or 5
To
like,
close the wound.
To close the wound, and that's when they cauterized me. And like we had this conversation in a previous podcast.
Yep.
With like you know what cauterizing is? Like, yeah, I've seen it on TV.
Oh! I think I shared something on the TFAC page like
Yeah.
last week. Yeah.
So it's
You're gonna feel a stinging.
yeah.
Cut yourself.
Actually, I didn't feel a fucking thing.
Put it on a flat top.
Dude, put it on the flat top.
You're damn right.
Hey.
Heard ya.
We have all seen it. I was at home though.
Thank God it hasn't happened to me. Knock.
Yeah,
on
I mean,
some
like,
kind of.
yeah,
I hope
no.
this is real wood.
And-
Nothing.
yeah,
I'm fucking
and-
knocking on it.
And like I burnt the shit out of myself last week.
Yeah.
We talked about that. Like
Yeah,
I
you
still
did.
have the
Marks.
brand.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then this week I tried to impale my other hand with the oyster shucker.
The oyster
So-
shuckers are a bitch, aren't they?
Ooh.
I always use a rag.
It went through
Wow.
the
I mean,
towel
you,
and it impaled the oyster shell into my palm.
Oh, nice.
And I did not look at it until I was done. And
I'm still shucking oysters.
I was like,
That hurt?
Good.
Ow.
Yeah,
All right.
like
Now that, sir,
I did.
is
You
commendable.
step away like 10 feet and then walk back. Like, you like
I'm
I
good,
was like,
I'm good,
I was
I'm
like,
good.
I was like, oh, that sucked. And like, you take a 10-foot walk, you walk 10 feet back, and was like, you know, I'm gonna finish this job. And like, they're like, you don't look at it until you're done. It's like no, like
Nothing happened.
Is it wrong?
I'm
I do that
good.
every time.
There's like 25 oysters left. I'm gonna get through these 25, and I'm not looking at this until I'm done.
Okay, so
I really thought I was.
we
gonna,
are really jumping around, but I love it because I have to bring up the chain glove. How do you feel about the chain glove for the oysters?
Okay. At that moment in time, I wish I was wearing one.
So the only time I've
chain
ever
mail?
fully appreciated it, I was doing a event at the
They're
Virginia Marine
always too big.
Virginia Marine Science Museum.
Yeah. I know
and
exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about. But
So
guys,
I was doing an
continue.
event there for an
How
old
many
restaurant.
fucking oysters was that?
You don't
like
wanna know.
1,000.
Oh, more.
At least
More.
2,000.
No, it was over 2. It was over 2.
Were you
Less
wearing
than
the,
3.
Were
it
you
was over
wearing
2.
the glove?
I was wearing the glove. It was the only time I appreciated the glove.
I bet you did.
Because again, this restaurant that I worked at did sell a lot of oysters.
A shit ton. I
A
know
shit
because
ton,
the
yeah.
very like hindsight, going all the way back to the beginning of Team Fat Kid, the birth is what I was working in a place that also sold a shit ton of oysters.
Yes.
And I walked in, you were busy, and our very first meeting was like, I called ahead and like, hey man, can you lend me like 2 boxes? And like they were like, yeah. And I walked in, and Alex with his long flowing locks.
My
He
flowing
opened I walked in the back door,
I opened the cooler and there's just like
stacks. And he's like, there they are, take 2. Like, yeah. And he went back to work. And
like
was
I don't have time.
That was
but
that
here
was,
you go.
That was our very first
Yes,
meeting.
which-
I came from an oyster place to an oyster place. Like I know who has them.
I mean, hey, like but it happens, right? Like I have to say, like that kind of feeling in restaurants is a good thing. But
Is this the same restaurant you were deep frying turkeys at?
Yes.
this
That's
is,
what I thought
this
it
is
was.
the
It is,
same restaurant.
and that kitchen, like from the one time I was in there, that kitchen was big.
I love that kitchen.
It was.
That was still to this date probably one of my favorite restaurants, like ever working in.
dude. Like until we have. our
Yeah, I
own.
know.
'Cause,
We'll get there,
The one that we were looking at.
Yes.
Oh, dude, if that was a possibility.
please
Okay,
do.
so we're not. Look,
We're
let's,
here.
we're gonna swing
We
this
don't.
back.
We don't want to. All right.
We don't wanna give anything
Reel it in,
So,
Alex.
so the one time I appreciated the chain glove because we did have them at this place, but I still preferred the rag. The one time I appreciated the chain glove, we were doing an event at the Virginia Marine Science Museum, and again, there was at least 2,000 oysters that I had to shuck. It was probably closer to like 2,400, and it was me. Like it was me.
That's 25 boxes.
Yeah, it was 24 boxes at least. I believe we might have broken into the 25th. I don't remember.
That's
We
a
brought
lot
like
of
20
oysters.
boxes, and they supplied the rest after we went over.
Jesus.
Because they had some as well, and I think I don't know what they did the rest of them. I think that we ended up leaving 4
Donated.
or 5. But point being, we just had like a
Pre-team Fat
four-
Kid because he'd have brought those 4 or 5 boxes here, and we'd have done.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, this was
Charity.
this
Team
was
Fat Kid is
this
a
was a
charity.
long time ago.
Oh, really long time. I know exactly what you're
It was
talking
a
about.
long time ago, but either way, we literally had like a 4-foot tray, maybe by 2 feet. It just was ice. It was lit up from underneath. You know, it had a drain tube and all
yeah,
that.
we got those at the shop.
That didn't fucking last long. Okay,
We have 2 of those
I literally set the whole thing
with
up.
the little drain plug
We got
at the bottom.
exactly. But we got there early, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna shuck a shit ton. I'm gonna get this out the way, blah blah. Blah. And I had them all set up. I was like, oh, it looks beautiful. This, that, and the other. Like as soon as the first wave came in, I was like, well, that's fucking gone. And let me tell you, I love the rag, but the chain glove, you just don't give a fuck. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this oyster
on your left hand.
You're in 3, like this oyster's going in 3 seconds or less, and if not, you have like a bad bin. Like I just had a box at my feet, and it was like, this is the ones that I'm
Oh,
gonna
with the
get when it slows down.
Yeah, like no,
This is the ones that I can't get off. Like you're just like turn, and it didn't pop. Well, fuck you, next oyster. Like we're just moving.
Yeah, I
My left hand has never cramped up so
Oh, shit.
fucking much.
I did. Okay, so I did 300 on Saturday.
So you're at like an 8th.
Yeah,
of where I was at. Like
so I did 300 in a row. Like, I mean, no, you were in your prime in your youth.
oh, that I was in my
I'm
prime. I was
40,
a
I'm in-
gangster at shucking oysters.
I'm 40 fucking years old, and I'm doing 300. And so, the guy who's shucking with me, not Dooley, which I'm gonna get your finger on the trigger because I was pissed off at Dooley because he had to make 8 sauces. We're busy as fuck. All right, so we're feeding. I think at this point in time, it's 700 people. 750.
That's a lot.
He's making 1 sauce at a time.
What?
what?
I glared at.
Dooley's better than that. I mean, like,
Dooley's way better than that.
was
is-
there anything else going on?
No, he was.
Like his job was sauces.
I felt like he was strategically
Doing
right.
that?
All right,
doing
hold
it
on.
purpose.
Hold on, because we're gonna pause for this moment of silence while freedom flies over. And shots fired from Dooley. And again, because kaboom boom.
Yeah, I called him out, and I was like, "You're making one sauce at a fucking time, bro." Like,
What the fuck, dude?
What are you doing?
I shucked with a brand like a guy who's never shucked oysters before in his life. 300 fucking oysters. So I'm gonna say he shucked probably 50.
Hey, that's damn good
I
for
shucked
first time.
250.
I have to admit, so maybe 2 years ago, I did an oyster shucking competition. Personally,
I have
this was
al-
not
I
like
have
a, this was
also-
not like a real competition, mind you.
Like I would say 10 years ago, I did an oyster shucking competition, and I slayed bitches.
Oh no! See, this was just between me and a fellow worker who.
No,
Who
like I'm
was
talking
also-
like we were doing oyster rock. We were doing 1,000 a night.
Yeah. No, I mean
And
yeah.
So we would chuck 1,000 oysters a night, and then like these kitchen guys thought that they were like
Hot shit.
they're gonna step in the ring with Ali.
See this.
And
is,
I was like, no, bitches, like I do this in the front of the house, like in front of guests, like who are
right.
literally
Well,
looking
at the
me.
raw bar.
Yeah.
At the raw bar.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
I'm a big fan of if you're gonna do like raw bar food, you should have a raw bar.
I believe that, and
I'm a
like,
big fan.
Like we had the old school wood shucking station where it has the oysters have been shucked so long that they've worn
Like
their
grooves
spot,
into
and so if you find that little like you have that little tough bitch,
You just like hold it
we,
down and
we,
like, boom.
this is not PC, but we call them Sandusky's, like the ones
Fuck you.
the ones that
Fuck you.
yeah, the ones that covered their ass. You know what I mean? Like where the joint was, there was another oyster growing on the ass of that oyster. Like the Sandusky's, like you have to shuck an oyster, break
To
that
get
oyster
to an
off,
oyster?
and break
Go-
that one off. And
Go ahead.
order.
Hit
Yeah.
the shots fired.
Sorry, Dennis.
See,
I mean, I
I'm
fucking
the only
love
Penn
you.
State fan over here, so yeah, I got that one. I got that reference, asshole.
We called them Sandusky's, like, because they were protecting the ass, like they were protecting the joint, and like you had to really dig in there to get it. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Like, and anyone who's
yeah.
ever shucked any amount of oysters knows that one motherfucker who just won't give up.
See, that's why you have the 3-second bin. But in this particular competition 2
I
years
just
ago,
shoved them off to the side.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You're
That's-
dying today, bitch.
That's the bin. That's the bin. But in this particular competition, it was 6 dozen oysters. We each took 3, and it was who could get there the fastest. And I lost by 2. Not gonna
We
lie.
did 5
5 dozen each, or 5
oysters,
5 oysters.
and they selected their oysters.
Oh, see, no, we didn't. It
See,
was just
so,
here's 3 dozen.
No,
Go.
they picked the ones that they thought had good hinges.
Oh,
And we did it at the raw bar because we needed 2 dozen. So we were going to break 15.
and then
And then I was going to rock the rest,
rest.
out. And so I brought the kitchen guys out, and they got to select the good oysters, the ones that they wanted with good hinges. And I was like, all right, mine are still buried in ice. I was like, and I rocked 5, and they still had, I think they got 4 each, but I had to pull mine out of the ice. Theirs were laid
already
out on
ready
the counter,
to go. Yeah,
and I rocked all of them, and then I got the rest of the order done.
I think a lot of the problem is like technique. A lot of people think it's more of a like shove. You have to just shove in.
It's either a twist or
it's-
a hinge moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find the best
Twist is usually the one
twist.
works the
Yeah,
best.
twist is usually the best. Some of the hard ones you do have to like knock on the table type
Oh,
deal.
like that's like when.
But that's the 3-second bin. You know, like I couldn't. Nope, it didn't twist. Like into the bin, you're gonna fucking die, but not right now.
not right now. Like
I'm slammed. I don't have time for
When
you.
I impaled my hand, it was like where
It
the
was a
ass
knock.
the ass shatters. Like
Yep,
when
yep,
you
yep.
wedge it in and you try the up and down lever moment, and then you try the twisty moment, and then like you try like the force twisty, and then it goes through the shell. The ass breaks open. The front end never opened.
but there's
the
no
knife,
more ass end.
Yeah,
It's
the
just,
knife
there's a
goes
hole
through
in the back.
and then through the fucking towel, and then they brought the shell into my hand, and like it, and I was like, I'm not even worried about like, all right, so there was like, I'm worried about my palm bruising because an oyster
Right,
knife isn't
yeah.
sharp. It's not like it's going through your fucking hand and out
Right.
the other
Some
side.
are.
Well, some of them are, but they're not like they're not
they're not made
They're
to do.
pointed. They're not sharp pointed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was more worried about the palm bruising
Then yeah,
because I need.
you had the towel. It made sense.
And then, like after I was done, is when I took the glove off and like not the chainmail glove. I was wearing like a neoprene,
Right.
like just a glove, just because I don't want my hands to smell like oysters all day. I took the glove off because there was a hole in the glove. The thumb was already missing because I sucked
The pressure had sucked the finger right away.
so the thumb of the glove is missing and my thumb is free, and then there's a big triangular hole in the glove where the knife had went through, and so I finished shucking. I take the glove off, and then
I have to ask because you said it was triangle. Did you have one of the like curved pointed ones?
It was like the shovel,
Okay.
the shovel shaped
Okay.
ones,
With you.
the shovel shaped knife
Yep.
that went
with you.
through the oyster and into my palm, and it took the shell, and the shell was embedded in my palm. And so, like, I was like, once I took the glove off, is when I realized, like, holy shit, there's oyster shell in
my palm.
So I dug that out, and then, you know, a little alcohol, a little peroxide, and I was like, you know what? It's not even that big of a deal. I'm a professional. I just don't want it to get infected,
Right.
like because that's when
Oysters kind of harvest the shit of the sea.
They're
so
dirty little fucking creatures. They're delicious. Like we have different angles on the oyster.
We do.
I like raw oysters. My dad. I'm pretty sure my dad taught me how to shuck an oyster when I was like 5. Because he's like, look,
I want to eat raw.
You gotta learn like how
I've
I learned
lived in oyster country my whole
how
life.
How I learned to like like crawfish and everything else. Like it's
crawfish
awesome when your dad is doing it for you. But at one point, your dad is like, you know what, motherfucker, you're gonna have to learn to do this yourself because I'm not gonna do this for you for the entirety of your life. Somebody got a phone call.
What the?
We could have plugged him in, Alex. We could have totally. All right, so Alex had to leave to take a phone call.
But no, I understand what you're talking about. Like with because whenever
I'm impressed that you still have all your fingers.
Well, yeah.
How many times did they grow back?
The thumb, twice.
Like just the tip?
About halfway. About halfway.
Like behind the fingernail, or
Behind the fingernail, yeah.
you took, and it grew back with the fingernail?
Yeah.
That's impressive,
Yeah.
man. Like,
The first time was priceless because I was slicing a tomato on a deli slicer, and most smart people and sane people would use a guard and just zing 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 slice it. No, I was gonna be that person that I'm holding on to the tomato and everything, and go ding 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 ding, and I was doing fine until somebody walked in the store and I heard the bell. I heard
because you have that little, they have the old school bell.
Yeah, we got
above the
the
door.
little bell and everything. I heard it, so I turned my head, and then now as soon as I turned my head,
Truth.
fuck. Yeah, and I will say, I did not cry, I did not scream until I went outside. I literally just like, okay, I'll grab, put pressure on the finger and everything, on my thumb and everything, and I walked outside, and I'm like, mother, son of a, and it was so funny is like, this is how long ago that was, because Princess Anne, the Centenary of Princess Anne, hadn't even been built yet.
Oh wow!
So the closest hospital was Bayside and everything up there off.
So it wasn't across the street.
Yeah, it was way up street, and so like I have to go to the hospital because the way it is, and
that's not going to stop bleeding.
Yeah, no, it's not going to stop bleeding anytime.
You hit bone,
and we had a produce stand that was next to us and everything, and the one girl's like, "Well, I'll give you a ride to the hospital." I'm like, "Cool." I got in the car with her. I kind of wish I would have called an ambulance because I felt a lot safer than that. Because she literally almost ran into the back of a stop HRT bus on the way to the hospital.
But did she have her?
Well, that would have been a story.
Did she have her flashers?
No, she didn't have her flashers on or nothing.
All right.
But yeah, no. And, but at the same time, cause, with the chainmail and everything, because when I first started learning how to cut meat, I had to wear that glove.
Is this cut meat on like a slicer or cut
Oh,
meat?
No, that's cut meat. Period.
He was.
I'm sorry, I had to take a while.
we called it out.
Yeah.
He
All right.
took a phone call and Dennis sliced his finger open, slicing tomatoes on an industrial slicer.
Yeah.
Which brings me back to an Instagram post, but we'll get there.
I only want to know if you felt it.
As soon as it was done, yes.
As soon as it was done. So
Well,
hold on.
'Cause-
Is this like it happened? Then you saw the blood, and it
As
like
soon as my hand went, my thumb went through the blade, that's whenever I felt it.
Okay.
Because it's a sharp blade, so you know.
usually the sharper the blade, the less you feel.
Exactly. Yeah. 'Cause dull knives are the worst thing you could ever have in a kitchen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's why, because usually those blades are really fucking sharp. That's why
Yeah.
I was like, because usually you don't feel it until you pull away and it starts bleeding. You're like, oh, there's blood.
It's like literally, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh shit.
Especially when it goes all the way through,
Yeah.
yeah.
because then it's like cutting pork.
Pretty much.
Thank you for that.
Yeah,
That's a good representation of it.
Cheers.
Cheers, right?
it's basically the same. It feels the same.
What's that smell?
Well-
It's delicious.
Yeah, right.
Pork.
But no, like, because whenever I was first learning how to cut meat and everything to become a butcher, I literally had to wear the chainmail glove on my left hand because I'm right-handed and everything. And like, yeah, don't get me wrong, you don't cut yourself with that, but you can stab the fuck out of
You
yourself.
can still stab yourself.
Yeah, but at the same time, that's why I always laugh because because he was talking about like with how you know he embedded the shell and everything, and I'm like, I can't say nothing because I've cut myself plenty of times whenever I'm the only one there, and I'm peeling out a tenderloin and everything, and especially like right when the knives are fresh when we just got it from our knife rental and everything.
They don't grind them though.
Yeah, they don't grind it. Yeah.
I fuck it. They're liars, bitch. I can look at the grooves on that shit.
I always love when they have like it's like a deboning knife that used to be a chef knife.
Yeah, it used to be and now it's a paring knife.
Yeah, like it's,
Like
When you have a 15-inch blade that's supposed to be, by at least an inch and a half thick, wide, and it's a toothpick.
Yeah.
It's a damn toothpick. But we don't grind our knives. Okay.
Let me tell you something though. Like those knives are great for fish. I know you don't deal with a lot of fish.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
not
Get the
gonna
butcher
lie.
shop.
I don't give a fuck if you grind your knives. Like honestly, I feel like they should come every week instead
Okay,
of every two.
so
But if
ours
that's not
are
the
every
case-
week.
See that's
Ours
Okay.
are every week, but at the same time, like the
yeah, we're
edge
2 weeks.
The
but
edge only holds up for maybe a day.
well. See, I feel like all right.
because
see,
they're grinding it. It's
And
not,
they're
it's not,
grinding.
it's not made.
And by the way, just because this is a definite shameless
In the
plug, but
steel
at the same
stuff.
time, go to teamfatkidnation.com and get yourself a Team Fat Kid chef's knife because
That shit holds an edge.
it holds an edge. I used it for 3 weeks straight at the butcher shop, and you know what? I only had to hit steel maybe 2 or 3 times.
Dude, okay, so
I've actually
if you
I
guys,
have one
if you
customer
guys,
bought 4 of them.
if you go to our Instagram, Team Fat Kid Nation, like Ken Hornick is up there,
Yeah,
and so the same company you're talking about, like Ken Hornick gave me a knife,
yeah,
the big ass
yeah.
shelf
your
knife I
scimitar-
have,
Yeah,
Yep.
and I gave it to that same company.
no,
Yep, and they
they've ruined it.
well, no,
no,
that was back when I had the guy on the inside. He doesn't work there anymore. Remember the guy used to smell like that super cologne?
Yeah.
And I gave it to him, and I was like, "How much would you charge me to sharpen this?" He was like, $5, and they did not put it on a grinder. They actually sharpened that knife
with a wet stone and everything.
with the wet stone and everything.
Oh, see, now you're lucky as shit with that.
But I had a guy.
Yeah,
When you have a guy,
You gotta have a guy.
like, and I'm giving
I've
you,
got
I'm
it,
giving
yeah,
you,
the
I'm giving
delivery
you
driver,
my
but-
personal fucking knife
Yeah.
that Ken Hornick gave me, and like his name is engraved on the back on the hilt of that knife, and like today, like Ken, I know he's a huge follower.
Oh
and,
hell yes,
like,
he is.
And I love that knife, like, and we've chopped many a big motherfucker with that fucking knife.
It's a big ass thing.
Yeah, dude, it's a big ass knife, and like he gave it to me as like a parting gift, and like I cherish it to this day. But I gave it to a professional guy who's gonna sharpen it, and like so all I do is run on steel every now and then. That bitch stays sharp.
Yeah.
that is a
real knife.
That is a real knife, not
Not
like
the piece of
whatever
shit
southern
yeah.
whatever. What's it on the handle?
It's, well,
The name of the
or-
company. Yeah,
Southampton?
I don't
Yeah.
want. Yeah, we don't want to fucking talk.
I just said
Yeah, no,
Southampton,
I'm
that's
gonna
what I said.
I'm gonna swing this way back around and finish my week up so we
Yeah.
can get to Jason.
Sorry.
So
I'm sorry.
No. This is usual. What are you talking about? Sorry. So
You're having a great time.
We had my Christmas party this week, which is actually how we ran into the.
I know. I
server
wish
that
I would
cut
have went.
herself. Yeah, I wish you would have too. But hey,
Sorry. I had to cook dinner.
I made Jello shots.
I heard.
Hey, Pumpkin made it out.
A pumpkin made it out?
Yeah, I told Dooley. I was like, remember when I used to call him Pumpkin? Like
I
it
don't
was like
remember that.
like a month ago. Like, oh, little pumpkin, and then like so.
I apparently nicknames
bring
that work for you guys. I don't know.
No, it was on the podcast. I started calling him Pumpkin because he was fucking orange or something.
Okay, I kind of remember that now. But yeah, no, we had our Christmas party. I made braised beef.
It was delicious.
I love braised beef.
I know you do.
It's like my fucking jam.
There's nothing wrong with braised beef. Braised beef is delicious.
There was a lot of good food there. I'm not gonna lie though. We did like a potluck. So.
I'm gonna throw it at you.
All right, I'm gonna catch it.
Braised beef
Giggity
versus smoked beef.
Ooh, the plot thickens.
Yeah, like because we're talking brisket, like we're talking like Texas smoke, and like I know you're from Texas, like so the braised or the smoke, like when it has that like fucking deep smoke ring around it.
Oh God, yes.
Like
well,
where
you're fucked on this one.
There's no good answer.
No, but it's your opinion, man.
No,
like,
I don't give a fuck. The's no good answer.
Either way, he's like either way, I'm in.
He's
like,
yeah.
There's no downside.
He's like, I can't
like,
choose just one.
Like, let's braise this shit or let's smoke this shit. Team Fat Kid,
I feel like that's like a mood thing.
Okay, I can get it.
Because all right, if it's smoked, like, do I want that crust? Because do I want that crunch on the outside? Brisket can still fall apart.
Yeah,
it's not
but
about
it still
the
has
inside. It's got that crust and that smoky flavor. But sometimes
but when you braise the fat kind of goes in.
I love what I call the
yeah.
So the melt in your mouth fat.
Yes, dude. No. Like my favorite part. Sorry, I'm gonna jump in here.
No, by all
but
means.
like my favorite part is like when we got a pho and like the tendon.
Yeah.
And like the tendon is a tough ass piece of fucking.
It is.
But when you literally just like bite into it and it just melts.
When you cooked it that long and it's like when it becomes like jelly, meat jelly.
I call it meat juice. You want some meat juice?
Dude, like the fucking tendon and like all the cartilage, and like when you've cooked it so far, now it's just delicious.
That's again
bone marrow.
How do you fucking choose between those two?
Don't tease me with bone marrow.
You can't fucking make me choose.
I'm asking you. You have to choose.
Fucking shit.
Yeah. I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying you can't have one ever again. I'm just saying like. If you,
he's not saying fuck, marry, kill.
Like it's look. You give one a 9 and one a 10, dude. Like which would you? I know it's a mood thing. I'm with you. Sometimes braised all day. It's like that pot roasty fucking deliciousness.
If it had to come down to it,
it needs to have mashed potatoes next to it.
If it has to come down to it.
Either one of them. I don't give a shit.
Now you want to get into sides.
Yo, hell yeah, dude. Like, because that's part of the experience. Like, the mashed potato is, to me...
Mashed potatoes should be with every meal.
It's a side.
I will eat mashed potatoes with breakfast.
It's a condiment.
It's a side and a condiment.
It's a condiment, yeah.
But, so if I had to choose, though, it would be braised. It's a texture thing. Like, if 6-4, I'd go soft over crunch.
6-4. Ooh.
Like out of every 10 times, 6 times out of 10, I would go soft, and 4 times out of
shell though. That shell, but I'm with you. The texture on a braised.
I mean, if you do it right, like it just falls apart. You get that melt.
Okay. So you say braised beef, I say pot roast. It's the same fucking thing.
With the carrots and the potatoes and the onions.
I feel like there's a difference in cooking temperature.
I need the shitty table and like prove me wrong.
There's a difference.
Like, all right, Team Fat Kid Nation, you guys are out there.
I will go with you.
You leave the comment underneath. Is braised beef a pot roast?
I will go with you. Here's the difference.
Very expensive pot roast.
You ready? Here's the difference. I think you could take the same cut of meat, and here's the biggest difference. In 3 to 3.5 hours. You could have the same result that you could have in 9 or 8. So, in my opinion,
certain cuts.
Okay, so
when I think pot roast,
meats, yes.
Okay. But when I think pot roast, I think slow cook all day.
Chuck roast, yeah, baby.
All day cook, 8 hours, right? When I think braised beef, I think 3.5.
I think when you're saying braised beef,
like the one customer at the butcher shop,
when it depends on the cut. because let's be honest, we have like that magical fucking machine inside that's like what is it?
Instapot?
The Instapot that make it braise it in 3 hours.
Okay, well, this
Like, and
Yes.
it doesn't matter what the fuck you put in there.
I'm not counting the
But
Instapot.
I'm yeah, you're not. But what I'm saying is, I think braised beef versus pot roast is like you're taking like a steak loin, like a ribeye, a New York strip, something along those lines, and let's crank it up. Like, all right, the butcher.
No.
This
Where-
is
what
also
are you going
time
no
out.
on?
Time
I
out. Time
want-
out.
all
This
right.
is also the guy that said we shouldn't put prime meat into our fucking burger.
I'm saying this because I had one customer a couple years ago. All right, she came in, she bought a fucking prime rib. It was like $65.
Wait. Prime
No.
rib or ribeye?
Ribeye is prime rib.
Yes, but
It's prime rib after you cook it.
yes,
You have to cook it whole to be a prime
Yeah,
rib. Yes,
correct.
I
So
understand
it
that.
wasn't
slice
cooked
it,
or
it's a
uncooked.
ribeye.
It was in the case as a prime rib, okay? And she came in 2 days later and said our meat was no better than the shit she can get at fucking Food Lion. And I looked right at her and I said, and this is the one thing you never ask a person, but I looked right at her and I said, how did you cook it? Because, I've asked that before and I've gotten hit by a customer, all right? Literally hit by a customer because I asked her how she cooked it.
Salt, brother.
All right?
It's better than being a pepper.
She looked right at me and she said she put it in her crock pot with the carrots, potatoes, and fucking onions.
So you slow stewed it. I mean, like
It's
basically
you
any
just
meat.
spent $65 on a pot roast. Is not going to pot roast. No. A prime rib is designed to be dry roasted, and don't even get me started with that damn designing of the cows again.
A
'Cause I was
ribeye.
just listening to that fucking damn podcast the other day.
A ribeye.
No,
It's a ribeye.
It's a ribeye. It's a prime rib. Ribeye is a prime
It's a
rib.
ribeye loin.
Prime rib is empty.
Okay, the difference between ribeye and prime rib is they're both the same damn thing.
Time
on a
out.
prime
Hold on.
rib,
Can I just interject?
No,
One-
no,
one-
no,
one-
no.
one little fucking
What?
You were on your box like fucking Alex is on fucking chicken wings. Like
You damn right I am.
I fucking so like I'm gonna let you go, but I just wanted to like Alex on his chicken wings is you on this fucking prime rib kick. Like do it, dude. Like
Dude, seriously.
I'm not even mad at you.
Yeah, because seriously, no offense, but all right. Prime rib and ribeye are the exact same thing. All it is you tie it up and you cook it whole.
Yeah,
That's
so
why I can't stand whenever
a
I get
prime rib
because that's why I
is
can't.
after it's cooked.
Yeah,
Nope. I
It's-
will admit defeat on this.
All right.
Dennis is right. I looked up the definition of a prime rib because I'm efficient and I like being right. And I was hoping I was, but I'm not.
What do you got?
Jason, we are wrong. A roast or steak cut from the 7 ribs immediately before the loin.
yes.
So it says a roast or steak. So that
So-
does mean it could be before it is cooked. And I will give Dennis this. This is he. Yep. Round of applause. Clap, clap, clap. Hold on. There it is.
But seriously, no. Okay, all right. That's another thing that pisses me off. Whenever the person comes in like, oh, I want 2 1-inch prime rib steaks. All right, you're not going to get the same flavor you're going to get when you go to the restaurant and order prime rib by getting 2 1-inch prime rib steaks because you have to cook it whole in order to get the flavor of a prime rib.
Bone-in prime rib is by far the best way to do it.
Exactly. It's more traditional. You
And you get the rib.
You get the flavor of the bone. And what's nice is if your butcher's actually good, he can do what's called easy carve, where we take the bone away and then we tie it back so that way you get the flavor from the bone while you're cooking it.
I don't like that.
No, but hold on. You get the flavor of the bone while you're cooking it, and then whenever you're done, all you gotta do is cut the strings, the bone falls off to the side, you cut it off, and you can slice it nice and easily.
But I don't want my bones to fall off. I'd rather, like,
99% of the
I'd rather
people-
you break it. Like
we
where
are
the-
a rare breed.
I'd rather you break it at the bottom, like so I don't get the whole rack, like so that I can cut my bones.
Well, it'll be chimed
so
off
the
anyway,
bone
so
in.
you're good.
I want
it'll
the
always
bone.
be
I want
chopped.
the bone still attached, so that way, like
The
when
bone
I
is still
when I
technically attached.
when I roast my prime rib, like I want to be able to cut it and everybody get a fucking tomahawk prime rib. Like that's
The
Team
problem
Packet.
with that is you're not going to get a tomahawk prime rib because tomahawks have the long plate bones still attached.
I'm just saying
I
the
understand
rib.
it. I understand it, but I get these people come in all the time. Oh, I want a tomahawk steak. I want a tomahawk steak. I want a tomahawk steak. You know what?
I
You're
don't
gonna
want a
pay-
tomahawk steak. I want
you're
a
gonna-
tomahawk
I,
rib.
I understand that, but at the same time, you're paying fucking $16 a pound for a bone that you're not going to eat.
He is me on wings, and I will pay $16 a pound for a bone I'm not going
Okay.
to eat.
I think the bone instills flavor, and I
The bone-
I'm not talking about steaks.
I've had
Roast.
people come in and ask me the French style of fucking standing rib roast, and I'm like, sure, not a problem. I will fucking trim up the normal way we do, and then I will charge you $15 a pound, and then I will fucking take all the shit off of the off the ribs, because you know what? That's the best part.
I want my ribs.
Yeah, I'm definitely you on wings.
I want
Hey.
I want my ribs still intact with all the meat, because that's a beef rib still attached to my steak.
Nobody does beef ribs.
You know why?
Do
you know why?
No, I don't.
We know a butcher.
Yeah, you have a
And
butcher
we
right
got
here.
a guy
I'm just saying,
who
like-
can make us.
When was
like,
the last time you went to a restaurant and saw beef ribs?
The only beef rib you're going to see in a restaurant is going to be a short rib. You know why? Because the beef spare rib comes off of the prime rib, off the ribeye, okay? And you make more money per pound for a ribeye than you do for the ribs. So they actually have a machine now that actually goes down into the rib, leaves more meat on the ribeye, and then that's it. So I'm going to charge you $4 a pound for a fucking bone with a little bit of meat.
I fucking hate like the short ribs that you get in like an industrial like Mega Mart. There's no meat on them bitches. It's
That's
all
why you
bone.
come to the Country Butcher Shop, 3640 Dam Neck Road, Virginia Beach Farmers Market. We're open 9 to 6 every
Shameless
fucking
plugs.
day. Damn
Shameless
right.
plug.
But you know what? We charge $7.99 a pound for our damn short ribs. But you know why? Because we put nothing out but the meat ones.
I want my short ribs to still be attached to my pan. I just want to buy the fucking one.
We
And
just want to buy the
You buy
fucking
whole-
cow.
are we
Let's be
getting-
real. Can we get the cow? Like,
I just honestly
We'll name them T-Bone.
can we.
I'll make belts. Look, we'll utilize this motherfucker.
We
got-
will use every part of that animal.
We got the little iron. Like we can just mark his ass
brown
up.
the
Brand it.
brand the shit out of it.
Yeah.
All right, so how do we go about a bone-in roulette?
Sure.
Yeah, we haven't done that yet.
We
so.
haven't done roulette yet.
Well, I wasn't sure if we
Okay,
were
so
going to.
all right, Car, before you jump into this, make sure that none of them have the little green tap with the triangle and the fish on them, because Dewey's not here, and I really want him to experience the moment.
Nope.
Okay. Then
Does everyone have a good cup? Because
You got them in front of you, I thought.
well,
Okay,
we
so-
use
I'll go grab some more real quick.
That
so
would
how do
probably be a
we
good
how
idea.
do we no, you sit down, because
Okay.
Are you about to go? Get
how do
cups?
we age a bone in? Because we're coming into agency.
I know we're coming in. Trust me, I had a customer the other day ask me about it, and I'm like, yeah, trust me, I got a buddy that's one. He's like,
A bone
are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there?
a bone in ribeye. Can we do it?
We can do it at the same time, but you will not get your bone afterwards. Fuck. You know why?
It's gonna mold.
No,
I
well,
get
the bone spoils faster than meat, so it's like, damn. I'm sorry. I'll do it if you want, but like I
Nah.
said,
Well,
Sounds
here's
like
the
we're
next
all gonna
question.
get the shit.
Here's the next question, because we do have a lot of fridges. Are we willing to dedicate
Wet
a
age?
fridge?
wet age is only for a week.
Well, hold on, just
That's
all
all-
right,
that's
let me-
all
let
we
me-
do for wet
let's
age.
cargo.
Let me finish.
Sorry.
Escargot.
Escargot.
How about butter aging?
Because I did tag y'all in that.
I saw that.
Yes, yeah.
Do we take a bone in
There's not even-
ribeye and
How long?
butter age it? I mean, are we willing to
I
give
don't
up a
even know.
fridge
I don't
for a
even-
month?
Who are you talking to?
I know who I'm talking to.
He's all like,
I also know.
just for that.
I also know how much beer are in these fridges.
I mean,
so the
we
question
can-
is, are we
yeah.
willing to give up a fridge for a month?
I mean, we're gonna have to make
Or-
some. We're gonna have to make some sacrifices.
There are gonna be some coolers in use.
Or
How many pounds of butter is that?
It's going to be a lot.
a lot of butter, yes, but
Restaurant place.
No.
The place where all the restaurants go.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think a case will get it done.
Or just give me some time, real quick. We might be able to do this.
We can. There's no. We might.
I'm not
we
giving-
can definitely do this.
Time out.
I'm talking-
I am not
I'm-
giving your shop credit for our idea.
No, this is we're doing.
It's
we're
not
doing
our
this.
idea.
Yeah, well,
Well,
no one's
we're-
done it with a bone.
I
This
understand
is
that.
team fact.
Well,
It's like
we
you're
don't
listening.
know of anyone
You're
that's
listening to it right now, live. How fucking shit comes about.
I'm just saying because
30
I've got
days
the
in
space.
butter.
So, I mean, like we don't.
I have
We
I have the space.
I have
okay?
walk-ins.
So do I.
I have walk-ins.
Ins. Yeah, and you're inside and outside that walk-ins all the time.
I mean,
You can't control the humidity.
I can't.
think
I
it-
can't imagine if it's wrapped in butter that it's going to be as affected by like dry aging
well,
stipulations.
because you take the butter
It won't be
off.
dry age.
Yeah, at the end.
It'll
Yeah.
be butter.
I know.
aged.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it. I don't think
Because
it goes
I
by the
know-
same
okay,
stipulations.
I know.
okay.
I tagged you all in this status.
All right,
I
hold
know
on.
what you're talking about.
Can you ride with me for 1 second?
Riding,
All right.
cruising. I'm cruising.
All right, so let's talk about this for one moment.
Okay.
All right, so we've all seen the butter age. The butter age has been
The
gone.
butter cure, yeah.
lard.
Ooh, fuck. That's a lot of lard.
Lard
It's
is-
just
lard
as
is-
much lard as it is
like
butter.
You can
A
go,
lot cheaper than duck fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, trust me. The thought crossed my mind. I'm
Speaking
not
of which,
gonna
we
lie.
still have to clean that fucking fryer.
Yeah. Anyway,
But if we coated it in lard,
Not just coat it. You gotta like really
pack it.
that shit in lard. Yeah.
lard is
I mean, this is extremely doable. There's no, like,
lard is perishable-ish, less perishable than butter.
Yeah.
so.
That fucker is still
I know it's funny.
Still cleaning my yard.
It's fucking dark outside. So
It's kind of halfway.
So do we? All right. So we're gonna run it for a month. So is this like maybe next week we start the project, and then by the end of January, or like
wait till January.
wait till January?
I mean, it's a good time. I think lard will stand through the refrigeration, and so would butter. Like us opening the door, and like it's an entire fucking shelf.
Well, again, I think
Bone
I think
in-
we can dedicate a fridge.
Bone-in prime rib covered in butter or lard. I'm leaning toward the lard.
I'm with
But
you.
I think-
You know what? Why not?
But do we use a salted
Luckily,
butter?
I know a guy
Is
that
that
can
the
use a
purpose
bone
of
ribeye.
salted butter? Salted butter?
Do we salt the lard? Like, we could easily do that. We'd have to like heat it up.
Everyone's
to-
done. Everyone's seen the butter. No one's seen the lard.
I mean,
And I think
that sounds fat kiddish.
that's Team Fat Kid.
That's fat kiddish all the way.
I mean,
And luckily, I know a guy who can get a bone and ribeye. So
okay, we cook enough bacon.
do you know a guy?
I know
we,
a guy.
we cook enough bacon that we can do it in bacon
Oh,
fat.
you know what? Hold on.
Oh,
my
shit.
fucking
wrap
God.
it and bake it first, then put it in. the lard?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
That's what I was waiting for. I was like,
No.
No?
no,
Not the first time.
no. When
Not-
we go to cook it, wrap it in bacon.
No,
No. But
No?
I think for the first run, it has to be
Straight
because
lard.
everyone's seen the butter
so
aged.
Butter cure, yeah.
but can we do a
lard.
half and
Like,
half?
we're
Can we do a half and half?
I
Can we
mean,
do like
yeah,
four
we-
ribs and four ribs?
It depends on the
There's no
the
such thing.
butcher and how.
I know, but you
It's
try.
4 ribs and 3 ribs.
I know, but can we try and
Although,
get it
at
as
the
best
sa-
a half and half as
But
possible?
see, I say that, but at the same time, yesterday, whenever I wanted to go put a new standing rib roast in the case, pull one out, it was actually 8
Grab
ribs.
cups.
It was actually 8 ribs.
Yeah,
I've never seen an 8 rib standing
it's-
rib roast. I'm like, what the fuck?
highly fucking unlikely, but yes. No, the
And
point
literally,
is, can we
I
just try and get it as even as possible and do like half with wrapped in bacon, half not? Because I feel, and then the question is like, do we par cook it or do we just leave it the way it is because it's already cured? Like,
You gotta cook it still.
huh?
Do we sous vide?
Oh,
here we go,
Oh,
sous vide.
okay. It's sous vide. So do we sous vide before we age? That doesn't make sense. I
No.
feel like after,
after.
yeah. But oh fuck.
Only one rib
So
gets sous vide.
okay, so
Sous vide everything, motherfucker.
no, we're gonna do the whole fucking steps here. So I feel like we're gonna lard age a non-wrapped bacon with bones and a wrapped bacon with bones, and then afterwards we're gonna sous vide, and then after sous vide we're gonna smoke.
Okay, so you're talking about like $1,000 worth of meat.
No, he's not. He's talking about taking a whole standing rib, just cut 3 ribs off and have a 4 rib. Do 4 ribs without the bacon and 3 ribs with the bacon.
No, yeah, like
Yeah.
one piece of meat that we're going to go through this entire process.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want it to be cheaper.
Well, I mean, it's still one. It's going to be one bone-in ribeye.
All right, the producer anyway wants you to age her a fucking ribeye. Let's start there.
Don't lie. It's you want me to age ribeye. She
no,
wants a
'cause-
strip.
no, we age a strip.
I know.
and she was like, "Let's do a ribeye next," and like, because I believe the
Ribye's a lot better for your money.
Dennis, grab cups.
I will.
Okay.
Okay, so
How was your week? Because I'm pretty much done. I mean, yeah. So we've jumped around quite a bit. I think I've covered my highlights. I could probably cover more, but I'm good. So we're well into this podcast now. How was your week?
Okay, so I had a shitty week, and
I'm sorry to hear that.
and Dooley's still living it.
He's at work right now.
Yes. We did have a little bit of free time, and so we created a playlist. You guys can go on to Spotify, look up Team Fat Kid, and it's called The Double.
The Double Shift.
The Double Shift. It's 16 hours of straight music to get you through the day. No repeats.
So if you start at 9, you can end at 2. So if you really are on that double shift, you've got an all day it kind of goes to the mood of the hour.
But it's an industrial kitchen sound. Like, it's like, I mean, like, you know, it could work for anyone working a double shift, especially if you, like, whenever you start, and you could definitely, like, I don't know, the Amazon driver. I don't know, like, maybe, I don't even know if they're allowed to work 18 hours. But maybe it's just in our industry, like, 18 hours is not that, or, yeah, 16 hours.
Hours. It doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't even fucking matter. It's
16
just hours.
16 hours is probably unheard of in a lot of industries.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
But in our industry, it's not that far from truth. And I do apologize to the Team Fat Kid Nation, because like our social media game hasn't really been up to play, because like we've been busy as shit, and it's that time of year. And so just talk about my week for a moment. I'm just gonna give you. I don't really want to dig in too deep because Dooley is not here, but the one thing that stands out far and foremost in my mind is like I lost my shit.
And I feel like you told us a little bit about this earlier, where like you lost your shit and Dooley looked at you and then lost his shit.
Dooley getting angry and me getting angry are very, very different. And I, like, when I slam shit,
you know it's bad.
And, well, I really try not to do these things. Like, I look at, like, Gordon Ramsay's, and I was like, I don't want to be that asshole. Like, I don't want to be that guy. But there's a point in time, like, when
you have to be that guy.
When you're in a kitchen of seasoned veterans, and all right, I'm just gonna tell you a fucking story, and you will understand. So I'm peeling 15 pounds of U10 shrimp. So I don't. Everyone listening at home, the Team Fat Kid Nation, U10 is
under 10 pounds,
Under 10.
like under 10
per
pound.
pound.
Per pound, yeah.
So I'm cleaning shrimp. Like, so these are big bitches.
They're jumbos.
Yeah, like, well, the colossal, whatever the fuck you want to call them.
They're fucking big.
U10s, motherfucker. Like, there's under 10 in a pound.
So imagine 8 shrimp is a pound.
Yeah, they're just short of lobsters.
They're pretty much prawns. Those are prawns.
They are prawns.
Yeah, they're prawns if they're under 10s. Yeah.
But I was mad in the first, because when I began the prep, I thought that I had ordered them head on.
Ooh.
And
That's a big difference.
when they came in, they were head off. And so I was already a little disappointed in what I was about to produce. Because, like, in my head, like, I have a vision. Like, a plan. It's
an idea.
Idea.
Fuck that.
It's
We have an idea.
Yeah.
So, like, in my head, I was like, I'm going to peel the shells off the back, leave the head and tail. I'll devein them still. So
you
but
just
the
pull
head,
the head
but the
off
head,
and then...
yeah. So like when they're cooked, and I was like, okay, so like, Dooley and I we're cleaning 15 pounds of these bitches, which is still a lot of work.
Yeah.
Clean the vein and like doing the whole thing, because we got them. They're still shell on. Like,
Yep.
I just wish the head was there, but we're gonna make moves anyway.
Do you prefer the fork method or the thumb method?
I take a paring knife and shove it straight down the fucking gullet.
Okay.
And then I split it and then I make it easy peel. Like you can find those in any grocery store, easy peel shrimp. So I make them easy peel and then I clean them and like run them under water. Like I rip the shell off, leaving the tail, and then taking out the poop. Because let's be honest, deveining is not. You're not deveining anything. You're taking out the fucking intestinal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
Take out the poop chute.
but then
Poop
like
chute.
when you take your paring knife and then you grab it by the tail, you can pull the poop chute out of the butthole, like not just out of the vein.
Yeah.
Like
Love the way you put that there.
Yeah, it's like a yoking movement, and like so, because Dooley was shelling them.
Last picture where I thought I saw.
Dooley was shelling them and then deveining them, and then I showed him. He's like, "Holy shit, that's a lot faster!"
Yeah.
And like, yeah, dude, like I've done this a lot, and so I was like, we got halfway through, and I was like, Dooley, I need you to make a boil. He's like, okay. We're like, what do you want in it? I was like, just like water, Old Bay, lemons. Like this is gonna be what we cook it in. He's like, okay. So he runs off and starts to make my boil, and I call it my boil because at this point in time I've owned this fucking thing, and so he doesn't come back.
It doesn't take that long.
Right in my head. And I was like, he's gonna put the pot on, put the Old Bay lemons
Come
in
back.
there.
Yeah.
He's gonna come back and help me.
Yeah.
So he doesn't come back. So he's literally watching
God damn it, Dooley.
the fucking pot boil.
Oh,
He's
are
making
you
a
fucking?
sauce.
Are you
He's
fucking
making
serious?
sauce.
Holy shit! I
That's how
I think
I
I
felt.
hit a wrong button there, so I'm gonna do the shots fired.
That's how I
think
felt.
I hit two things.
Because then, like, another cook came over and she was helping, and I can't get angry because she's peeling them. So now I'm just deveining them, and like so she peels them, and I have to cut the back open, and like now I'm pulling out the poop chute. And mind you, this shit goes out in like 15 minutes. So I send shrimp down to the boil. And they're all right. So now we're cooking. Like, okay, so I have a colander and like I'm ready to chill the shrimp because this is a cold. These are becoming a cold cocktail.
Okay.
All right, so with like the what are the ones from Florida, what the fuck are they called? Like the stone crab claws.
Yeah.
Like in colossal shrimp display.
Okay.
Like over ice with the cocktail sauce. Like, like
one
like
claw off on the stone.
like 1980s, let's make it fancy kind of thing. And
Fucking 1980s.
yeah, because this is I mean, I'm like this is not what I would do for like
Did they have their members only jackets?
shit, they should have. But anyway, so
That's
like I was like, this is what they want. They want like the stone crab claws, and they want the fucking big ass shrimp. Like, hey man, like you paying for it, I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? And so I looked down, and so Dooley is behind a cook. This is where shit gets wonky, and I realized that I was gonna get pissed. But I'll tell you about that in just a second.
This podcast is brought to you in affiliation with Stitcher Podcast Radio. Head on over to Stitcher.com/premium and sign up today for only $4.99 a month. Use promo code TeamFatKid for get 1 month absolutely free. Stream and download all your favorite podcasts, such as this one, Team Fat Kid Choose the Fat, Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend, My Favorite Murder, Wolverine, The Lost Trail, Alex's Favorite, Bitch Sesh. You get the Fantasy Footballers, Science Rules with Bill Nye, and many, many more. We're talking 21,000 premium hours of podcasting. That is 2.4 years. You get all the bonus episodes. You get the ad-free shows. You get Dooley's favorite 300-plus comedy albums. You can check out all the new releases before they come out. And just remember, all you have to do is head on over to Stitcher.com/premium, sign up, and use the promo code TeamFatKid. Test it out for a month, absolutely free on us. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
All right, so I look over at Dooley and he's irritated. And so he's behind.
Watching the pot boil.
No. Well, he's behind a cook. And the cook, I know them. And I was like, are the shrimp done? Because in my mind, it's a boil. Like, you throw them in, you pull them out, we get them on ice, they're done. I see them pick one up, and they bite it, and it's obviously hot as shit. And they're like, doing like the whole hot face. And like,
Yep.
Oh, yeah, they're done. And I was like, fantastic. Then they dump raw shrimp on top of the cooked shrimp.
Oh, that's... Jeez. So, like, they didn't pull them out of the pot first? Like, they just dumped more on top of what was already finished cooking?
This is where I immediately lost my shit.
What the fuck are you doing?
We're 20 feet away.
Dooley and you?
Yeah.
Or, like you're 20 feet away from the person who's doing this?
Yeah. And Dooley's right there with them. And Dooley understood my immediate, like, when they started dumping raw shrimp.
To cook on top of the shrimp that is already
The shrimp
cooked.
that they should have taken out.
Yes. Because now you're going to have overcooked shrimp.
And then I'm going to have undercooked shrimp and overcooked shrimp. Like, these are U10s. These are not cheap motherfucking shrimp.
No.
This is pretty much the most expensive shrimp you can get. And I flipped shit in the middle, like, and I'm talking there's 12 cooks. And when I literally flip shit, no one would even look up. Not even the motherfucker who was cooking the shrimp who wouldn't look at me. And I was
Keep your head down and keep doing your fucking
I
job.
was like, what in the actual fuck is going on here? Like, these go out in 10 minutes now. And I was like,
you better get a pair of tongs and pick all those motherfucking shrimp out.
I was like, fuck it. I was like, Dooley, bring me the fucking damn pan. And like, fucking dump it in this fucking sink. I'm going to take out the cooked ones. I'm going to steam the fucking rest of them. You ruined the fucking entire flavor of my fucking dish. Like,
lost it.
I fucking, dude, like, it doesn't happen that often. Like, I was so fucking mad.
I'm a rubber band as well.
That a seasoned fucking cook would, yes, these are done. Let's dump some raw shrimp on top of them.
Not a newbie.
No. Someone who's been working there longer than I've been working there.
Damn.
And I've been there for 5 fucking years. And I trust this person. Maybe they had a relapse in fucking judgment. I fucking don't know but like, I looked. All right, so we're cooking big ass shrimp. There's a displacement issue. I did not
specify.
I thought about it.
Fill a pot with water. Yeah, we're like halfway.
I thought about it, but I did not articulate that to Dooley. So I cannot blame.
How far down does the China hat go? Let's fill it to this level.
Right. It's like, because we're about to fucking plunge fucking 15 pounds of fucking food in here. I failed at that moment. Like, I realized that this is part of my fault. Partially my fault. But when I looked at Dooley and I was like, what the fuck? Like, 20 feet away.
Like,
what
you
the
allowed
fuck?
him to do this.
What the fuck is going on down there? He's like, it's overflowing. But you're still dumping more shrimp that are raw into the cooked shrimp. Like, so, like, I don't give a fuck about the displacement anymore. And, like, I failed you. I failed you as a leader in not judging, like, and not thinking about, like,
I gave you too much credit.
No, because I always say things like, remember displacement. Like,
I know what you're going to fuck up. I'm going to tell you not to fuck it up.
Tell you not to fuck it up immediately. And But that time, like, I was busy.
You let him fuck it up.
Dude, and it's not even Dooley's fault because he was not. I only wished.
He filled the pot there, didn't
I only wished it was Dooley's fault because I would have someone to fucking blame.
Okay, I feel like it's half his fault because he did fill the pot. However, the person who put raw shrimp on top of the cooked shrimp probably is more at fault. Either way, let's try this beer.
Yes.
Great segue, sir.
It had to happen sometime. Cheers.
Slunch.
All right.
Hops Roulette. It's always this.
I hope most of the head has gone down now because when I paused it, it definitely foamed a lot.
Yeah.
This smells like it's going to be kind of a tough one. I've got an idea.
Double IPA.
Definitely an IPA, yeah.
Double.
Oh shit!
Double.
I'm in the wrong seat. Fucking
I got
Dennis,
it.
you have my notepad.
Sorry, I got it.
Okay, Jason's got it.
I'm going. It's a double IPA.
Jason likes to play Scribe because that way he thinks he can win them better.
I'm going first, bitch.
Oh.
I'm saying it's a dub.
A dub, huh?
And it's, I'm going to say it's a 8.9.
8.9 heard.
And the
I
IBUs,
don't know why I'm confirming because I'm not writing it down.
I'm gonna say the IBUs are
It's habit.
39 IBU.
On a double?
Yeah, because it does not seem that harsh. I suck at this game. You guys know.
IBUs are fucking impossible. I've given up. We're throwing darts at a dartboard blindfolded at this point on IBUs, and I'm fine
just
with
hope
that.
we don't hit Dennis in the thumb. That
like
doesn't exist.
Dennis, you want to go?
IPA.
All right.
6%. And 40. And I'll give that 2.
Oh shit! I didn't rate it.
Well,
I'm gonna give it a 3.
I'm also gonna go IPA. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go a little high for an IPA though, and say like this is a 7.2. Okay, bitterness is hard. So, but
That shit sucks, right?
I'm gonna go a little high. I think I'm gonna go 48.
So 9 points above me is high.
Sure. I don't know. I was thinking 50s. I think I'm gonna go 48 because I'd rather go under than over. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Price is wrong, bitch. Oh, you're gonna go 4?
I think I could do this. Yeah, this is not bad.
It's not as good as the idea I had earlier today, which I would have given that one a 5.
Okay.
I would have given that one a 4. That was actually that good. Yeah.
Like for you to give it a 4.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for this one?
It's not even an IPA.
This is 3-notched APA, so it's an American pale ale.
Okay.
I feel like all the IPA guesses are fair on that one. However, here's the
I gave it a
part.
double, so I'm out.
Okay, here's the interesting part. 5.1
ABV.
Yeah.
We all went over.
Yeah.
Dennis was closest, but he still went over.
Yeah.
What did Dennis get?
6.
Oh shit! And 35 IBUs.
We all went over, but I went at 39.
So you're the closest there. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
but
I
it's
feel
like-
like you. I feel like that's a. You know what?
No,
You're
no one-
commissioner. You got the pen right now.
No
so,
one, no one gets it.
Yeah, like
That's
you came
0
closest
points.
on IBUs, but
Do you have like the little button?
no, we don't have any. But you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll hit the pig.
Okay, that'll work. So there's no one gets a point other than
Shots fired.
other than the fact that I almost want to give Dennis a point that he would say that that's a 3. No, you gave it a 2. My bad. We were talking about the one earlier.
No,
you would the one
2,
that we
but
the one we drank earlier today. For you to give it a 4, like that's impressive. Like, and we won't talk about it until it comes back around.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, we're gonna do one
All right,
more real quick.
Okay, but like I still want to finish my story.
Finish your story.
Dude, I fucking... Anyway, so we pulled all the shrimp. We don't ended up steaming the rest of them. And you know what? Like, it all turned out okay at the end, but I was seriously fucking pissed off.
I do have to ask, like, after you steamed them, did you put them back in the boil just to try and get some of that?
No.
Some of that flavor?
No, I was, I did the Old Bay.
Old Bay.
Okay,
on like the toss.
yeah.
The light toss and Old Bay and then steam.
Nice.
It didn't bring the flavor that
There's no citrus. Yeah. Like,
the boil brought
Tons
everything
of flavor, yeah.
together, and then like you could definitely tell the difference between the two. But at this point in time, it's a Christmas party, and so we sent out the boil first.
so at that point, they're halfway drunk by the
Yeah,
time
they were lit. They were lit by the time the second round went out. And
It was
like,
good either way.
It
Exactly.
worked out. It looked beautiful. I was just pissed because like
fucked up.
you-
A seasoned vet did that. It wasn't a
yeah,
newbie.
but like when you have a vision in your head
Of
and
how you want things to be.
like how I and like
You know
and when I'm cutting it this close, like I'm sending out shrimp like to your party. They were cooked 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Like, and I've chilled them. And
Yeah.
like, these are the freshest shit you're ever gonna fucking get. Like, I'm doing this specifically for you because I want
The best
this
experience. for
This, yeah, like I focus on these moments, like in the entire, like we're doing 1,900 people this week, and every moment of every dish that goes out, like I want you to have your best moment. Like I want that to be the best piece of fucking chicken. Like I know it's a bold statement.
So you don't want it wrapped in saran wrap?
That chicken's beautiful.
Yeah, fuck you, Alex.
You don't like? What's the matter? You don't like that chicken to be beautiful?
I want that. I want that experience. Like I want you to, when you take that bite, I want it to be almost life changing.
So you want a
I
powerful?
mean, like
So
I
basically,
want,
like
I want
out
you
of the
to- I want-
Christmas party, one of the 3 memories that you want is that the food is one of them. Like
that's
if the one of the
it's
3
Team
things
Fat
that you
Kid.
list from the Christmas party is like, oh my god, John got shit faced and danced on the bar. Like Judy from
that's what
HR got shit faced and puked everywhere, and the chicken was fucking bomb.
dude.
Like,
Like,
that I feel like is a success.
I
Right.
want that moment. Like I want people to like that's exactly kind of like what I was talking about. Like
the stories.
the
Like I want the
story-
story to come through.
the
Like, hey,
the food was epic. Like that's
if you can make the top 3 stories
if you
of
can
the
get in
fucking
there,
Christmas
'cause,
party,
like that's what's gonna bring them back next year. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I we spend hours that you're gonna eat in 15 minutes, or you don't eat at all because you've been drinking all night. Like, I mean, that is
It
true.
happens.
That
It
happens.
happens.
Like, we spend hours.
oh, that's
for
a
you-
beautiful fruit display.
for
believe
you
the
to eat a
fifth.
for
is
you
that the bar?
yeah for you to eat a piece of chicken or a piece of shrimp that took me an hour and a half to clean them all and to make them perfect for you.
Right.
And then you eat one and you're like, yo, but that shrimp was fucking on point. Like
That
you know,
one shrimp
that
I
one,
had.
One shrimp I had.
the one shrimp that you threw up later. And like I remember that motherfucker. Like I saw it on
She
the
was
ground.
so good.
I need something with bread now.
Yeah, and like and we did something brand new that we've never done before. And like
Oh yeah.
yeah, like this was. I can't even take full credit because I saw it like I don't know.
You can take partial credit at least.
Like I saw it like
You're the food and beverage
three
manager, so.
years ago. Oh, another roulette.
This is I'm
Hello, how are you?
I'm gonna go Weizenbach.
What the fuck is that?
I'm going Weizenbach.
Weizenbach, huh?
I like it. I like your idea.
I haven't even tasted it, but smell. I'm going off smell alone right there. Weizenbach it is.
I'm just gonna call it a Bach.
Okay.
Double Bach.
You're going
I'm,
double?
I'm still feeling pretty confident. I'm gonna go with a 5.6
A 5.6.
and 28 IBUs with a solid 3 to 3.5. I mean, like it's a good beer. Not something I'd necessarily
So,
go for all the time. But it's a
3
good
or
beer.
3.5, Alex.
Well, 3.5. If we're gonna do half points, 3.5.
I'll give you a half point.
Half point it is.
I'm the commish today.
All right.
you get a half point.
Woo!
I'm gonna say it's a double Bach, and I'm gonna go above you, and I'm gonna say it's like probably you went 5.8, so I'm gonna say it's like a 7.
I thought I said 5.6.
You did.
Okay, so
I wrote it down.
I love how you
wrote
said.
it
I
down.
love how you said I'm going to go above you. 5.8. I'm going to go 5.7.
No. I'm saying 7.
Oh. Okay. All right.
And fuck, man, the IBUs. I'm just
All
gonna,
right, darts to the dartboard, man.
I'm gonna fuck you into 27.
I was going to go like 26. Gonna hit it like 2 points below.
I'll give it.
Let's see if Dennis goes 25.
Hold on. Like I gotta rate it.
That's actually pretty good.
I'm gonna give it a 2.
Really?
All right. Yeah.
Not a fan? It doesn't have. I know that you're not a big
It's
spice
got-
note
it-
thing.
That spice is what.
See, I'm not. I mean, I feel like I know where you're coming from, but I don't feel like it's as overpowering
It's
as you
not-
would usually displeased with. You are usually displeased with. Excuse
Yes.
my grammar. I didn't know where I was going with that sentence, so I got halfway through.
All right, Mr. McCain.
Marzen,
Okay.
5.5.
That's a dick move right
Bitch.
there.
I didn't hear y'all, so
That's
it's
okay.
all good.
I know. I'm still gonna
Because
call
your
you a
headphones
bitch.
turned off when we.
I'm still gonna call you
No,
a
I
bitch. It
wasn't
doesn't
paying
matter.
attention. I was.
Oh. All right.
Yeah, okay. Nice try. Yeah, okay. All right,
All
see how
right.
it is. And then for IBUs, I will say 18.
18? Ooh,
Ooh.
super low.
All right.
And I will say a 4 on that because that's actually
Ooh.
delicious.
Okay. So this is a Hefeweiser Dunkel.
Oh, it's a Dunkel.
This
I don't
is
even know what the fuck that means.
This is.
We had a Dunkel at Casual Pint.
I'm not. I'm gonna fuck this name up, but this is by the world's oldest brewery, Weihenstephaner. Stefaner. I don't know.
I don't know if I bought. Who bought that one?
That's a
I
great
don't
fucking
know.
question. Might have been a dually.
That might be.
That might be Dooley's international pack.
I might have pointed it out to Dooley just because it said the world's oldest brewery.
Yep. Nope. I'm
Well,
not.
no,
I'm
no,
not. It says brewed and bottled by, and then there's a company down here that I'm not even gonna try
Yeah.
and pronounce.
Spell it.
Because when we went to the store, the entirety of fermented grapes, Dooley kind of went over to the international aisle.
Well,
so.
I steered him that way
Did you?
because that's where he found the Vikings blood, and I as much as I did not want to like the Vikings blood, I
didn't like
really
it. I didn't like
I
it.
enjoyed it.
It was too sweet.
It's
It
almost a mead, dude. I mean,
It was like
all right,
diabetes. in a bottle.
so what do you got, Alex? You got nothing?
I'm working on. All right. So I will say that
I like how you're holding the beer in one hand, typing in the other hand, and still talking into the microphone.
because I'm
Dooley,
better
fuck
than
you.
Dooley.
Shots fired.
Is
Hold
that
on, I gotta
buttons? Is
scroll to a
that-
different screen. Buttons. All right, shots are fired. Shots fired again, and you know what? One more time, shots fired again. Because yes, I am better than Dooley and Peel Squig. Wait, yeah,
Big squeal.
that one. What? What the? I'm sorry.
That's all you.
I'll
Yeah.
have to
Oh,
deal with
and
that
now you
later.
have a phone call?
No, I have two phone calls because both my phones are ringing, which is fucking weird.
All right, crack dealer.
I'm sorry.
Can we?
Fucking dealer over here.
I don't, look, don't.
Wheeling and
Hey,
dealing.
I am not mad at him for picking up that iPhone 11.
Why you gotta, you know.
I I'd rather snuggle his phone than
So
him.
all right, before we get, I think Dennis came in closest with ABV.
Okay.
I'm trying to find
What
some
is
IBUs.
what is ABV?
5.3.
Ooh,
He's over.
Everybody went over.
He's over, but he
How
got
do you remember this shit?
because I'm better than Dooley.
What was?
Oh,
Well,
shots fired!
All right, so what was Dennis's ABV?
5.5.
Nope. Oh shit, it was.
Bam!
Damn, I can't.
If I wasn't
I wrote
scrolling,
it down and I can't.
if I wasn't scrolling on the other screen right now, there would be more shots fired. But the whole dual screen thing.
Okay, so what's IBU? Nothing yet. Anyway, so I just get pissed off when people when you can't complete my vision, and maybe I don't explain my vision
I
enough.
understand it. I understand.
Maybe I just what I foresee in things. It could be my fault. Maybe I need but I don't have time to do a fucking meeting and explain to you the world.
You ready?
Yeah.
I don't like this.
Uh-oh.
Dun, da, da, da. IBUs are 24, which I also believe is Dennis because he went 18.
Dennis went 18.
Yes.
So he's the closest without
He-
going over.
All right,
What did you
so-
guess? 29? 20?
I said 27.
And I said 28.
Yeah.
'Cause
The
you dicked
butcher
me
is
on that
back, baby.
So I
You got one fucking point.
I feel
I
like
don't care.
I feel like we
It's
have
first
to give
one
it
in
to
like
him.
2 weeks, so
And I feel like this is the end of the podcast, so I feel like Butcher has to win because he got the only beer that we did. We did too, but he got the only beer that got a point.
Yeah, so he wins this.
yay!
Fuck off! I'm gonna mute you.
Fuck it, man. I'm used to it.
Congratulations to Dennis. So, you ready to do the outro?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah. All right.
You got-
So
Like,
I don't need a card.
you don't need the car. He's
don't
ready.
need-
He's
I'm
ready.
ready.
All right. So don't forget to check us out first
hold
off
on,
at
I'm
www.
not even ready yet.
I got it. Don't worry.
Wait.
I got it. Because
He's
we're
gonna play
gonna
music.
do some Obieast.
I'm working it right now.
I've got it.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry. Better.
All right. Thank
better
you guys
than-
for listening to Team Fat Kid Cheers, Team Fat Kid Nation. We love you guys. This is the outro.
Don't forget to check us out at www.teamfatkidnation.com to get any of your righteous apparel. And as always, you can find us on Facebook at
Team Fat Kid,
on Instagram,
Team Fat Kid Nation,
on Twitter,
at Team Fat Kid 1,
and on YouTube.
Team Fat Kid.
All right, so this
Remember
is
to like and subscribe to the podcast. We should have did that at the beginning. If anyone of you are listening to the end, well, we thank you.
you're probably already subscribed, but here's some Obieast to see you out with some 2F and G.
If they want, tell them come. I don't give a shit. Yeah, all this bitch, all they want for you to give them dick. $2, not giving. I don't give a shit. Yeah, $2, not giving. I don't give a shit. If they want, tell them come. I don't give a shit. All this bitch, all they want for you to give them dick. $2, not giving. I don't give a shit. Yeah, $2, not giving. I don't give a shit. Drippin', swag on a milli, heads to the roof. Me exhausted, you trippin', purebred, 100 proof. Mr. Kane to the brain, had a jack, no joke, good thing. Mary Jane came to play, yeah, stress free. Only way, life best be. But you all will not get me aggravated. I'm known to fuck shit up. Yeah, I've been hustling about that action, waiting on you, get your weight up. I'm flying nice, sometimes high, kick my feet up, still fuck a bitch up. 757, state of mind, but I'm in Norfolk right now. Yeah, that bitch bound with a fatty with no photo edit. I'll take an exit, hug your curve, downshift to third. Take those off, we take off, One was well behaved, till Bob Beach ways, wash that away. Yeah, 2 minute fingers up, we don't give 2 fucks. Yeah, if they want, tell them come. I don't give a shit. Yeah, all this bitch, all they want for you to give them dick. $2, not giving. I don't give a shit. Yeah, $2, not giving. I don't give a shit. If they want, tell them come. I don't give a shit. All this bitch, all they want for you to give them dick. $2, not giving. I don't give a shit. Yeah, $2, not giving. I don't give a shit.
What's so fucked to give? I never even heard of it. I've been knocking heads, rocking, rolling, slinging dick. I'm a little nutty, says my psychoanalyst. Grew up hitting licks, splitting wigs and banging chicks. Spent my time on the grind, steady hustling. Now I'm busy ducking, dodging from the government. Throw them bows around, shake some ass and swing them hips. Get up like you never ever gave a shit. If they want, tell them come, they can give me it. Hide the body, never find where I bury it. Let it rot where it drops, leave no evidence. Go to sleep, not a peep, that's how I represent.
If they want, tell them come. I don't give a shit. Yeah, all this bitch, all they want for you to give them dick. $2, not giving. I don't give a shit. Yeah, $2, not giving. I don't give a shit. If they want, tell them come. I don't give a shit. All this bitch, all they want for you to give them dick. $2, not giving. I don't give a shit. Yeah, $2, not giving. I don't give a shit.